Hello. We found another dirt road here. We're a little east of Dulzura, off of 94, like heading out to Petreo, Campo. I'm not sure where this goes, so this is going to be sort of a exploration ride. So I'm hoping all my settings on the cam are correct. A lot of times I don't really get to see what's going on until I get back. Sometimes it's too late then, you know. You come back and you wonder why it's off, and then it's like, oh, battery ran out. Today is mid-April and it's overcast and sort of chilly for this time of year. It's only in the 60s. Everything is still green because we've had a lot of rain. In another couple weeks it'll be pretty damn warm out here, and Sycamore Canyon, I just saw a sign. So if you want to know where Sycamore Canyon, right over yonder is it. This is good rural living out here. Not too many people will bother you. I like dirt roads like this. Although I don't ride on here like I'm on a motocross race. I know a lot of guys would be flying 50, 60 miles an hour on here. I don't do that. You know, I like to really look around. If I see something interesting, I like to take notes. Sometimes you can really find some cool stuff when you're exploring like this. Sometimes you see cool things for sale in somebody's yard. For sale by owner, for rent. You never know. We're very close to Mexico. So the Border Patrol is very active around here. I don't know, these days people are more apt to be wanting to go to Mexico than come into America. We won't get into the insanity of all that. You look at all these rock formations out here, and it makes me think, now who put all these rocks out here? Some of these rocks are as big as cars. They're huge. Sort of reminds me of like the Flintstones. Nature is really amazing. a lot of other these little roads. I think they're private. Oh, it's the gun club. The range is closed. Now this looks like a staging area here. I see trucks with trailers, so it's got to tell me that they've either brought their bikes or ATVs or something. Now, from what I've gathered online, I've done a little research on this trail, and it's not really supposed to be anything too gnarly. As you know, I'm no professional motocross rider. I'm an old fart. But I like dirt roads. I like fire roads. I don't do a whole lot of single track. And my philosophy is, if you ride by yourself, it's a good idea to ride a little more conservative, because, you know, you go down out here, you get hurt, you might be here for a while. And there's no telling what kind of cell service you got. So in my estimation, it makes sense to ride a little bit, you know, more conservative. But, you know, everybody's in charge of, you know, everybody does what they want to do. And I don't try to preach anything to anybody. I don't know. Oh, I saw that. Back there is where I want to go. I'm going to turn around down here, where all those four-wheel drive guys were coming out of, is where I want to go. So I am actually going to turn around. I'm going to give them some time to clear out and let the dust settle, because I don't like this. I don't like to have to breathe everybody's fucking dust. Look at all the dust they're making up there. I don't know what the guys are doing. I don't know. We're gonna go and check it out, though. Otay Truck Trail. Otay Truck Trail. I think this is a popular trail for 4x4s, but I'm starting to see, you know, a lot of two-wheel drive vehicles on here, which I'm surprised that they're on here. You know, like this Sprinter van, like what the hell? We got some adventure bike riders. Now those guys there were on some pretty heavy duty adventure bikes. Heavy bikes. They're really built for a lot of cross country, you know, doing a lot of high mileage kind of treks. But there again, I'm really not into the 600-pound kind of bikes. You know, I don't know about you, but if you got to pick up a 600-pound bike a couple times, it's going to wear your ass out quick. I used to have a KLR, which I used to call the John Deere on 2 wheels. A lot of people love those bikes. I was not really that crazy about it because it's not really that great of a road bike, and it's too heavy to be a decent off-road bike. It will get you where you want to go, but it was just, like I said, a tractor on 2 wheels. It's just a real heavy bike, especially if you put panniers on it. You know, you can put a lot of weight on those bikes. I like my little bike that I have now. It's not pretentious. This is pretty country up here. You know, I'm all-terrain vehicle people. Now this is sort of turning into more of a sort of a semi-paved road. But this is rugged country. It's pretty because things are blooming now. All these little wildflowers are coming out. We've had a lot of rain. Like I said, in another couple weeks, it's going to be hot as hell out here. All brown. Hence the name California gets the Golden State. Now you see, I'm just putting along here like 20 miles an hour. This would drive a lot of bikers crazy. I would be in their dust. But I'm perfectly content just putting along. You know, like I said, I don't worry about seeing how fast I can fly around here. You know, my main goal is to come back in one piece. Don't break anything. Don't mess the bike up. So I'm normally riding by myself. I would drive most off-road guys. They would say that guy is too freaking slow. But you know, my answer is it's not a race, and I'm not interested in racing. So, you know, now you see, I don't know. I'm gonna see what this sign up here says, because there's another sign. I would say to go stay to the right. I don't know where that goes. Welcome to Sycamore Canyon. this is Sycamore Canyon. Remember before we saw those signs for Sycamore Canyon? So I don't know if this is still Otay Truck Road. We'll go up here a little bit and just see what's going up here. If it gets really fucking gnarly, you know me, I don't do anything that I try not to get into something that I can't get out of. Let's put it that way. These roads look like they would be a real mess if it was real rainy, but I don't go out in those kind of conditions. I don't know what's up here. I'm gonna just go up here a little bit, and then I'm gonna turn around and go down and see where the other stuff goes. I don't have people are shooting. I don't know. I was wondering what that noise was. I was thinking, like, am I running over something? But it's people target shooting. Now you know where to come out to shoot your guns. As long as they don't start shooting at me, I don't want to be somebody's target practice. Kept hearing these ping ping. It's like, am I running over something? And then it dawned on me, these boys are playing with their guns. I don't have a problem with guns. I have a problem with people that have guns that don't know how to use guns in a safe manner. Or you can say I have a problem with ignorance. So whatever you're into, whether it's riding this motorcycle or shooting your rifle, you know, get the right training. Do it safe. Because anything can hurt you. And a lot of people just think they know everything there is to know. I used to target shoot 38 in the desert. It's a lot of fun. I'm gonna have to wait for these four-wheelers some time to get up the road here, because I do not want to eat their dust. But these kind of roads, I will come back to this area. I want to get a decent GPS so that I can save some of these tracks. So if I want to come back, I always like to be able to get out of where I get into. And there's not a whole lot of good information online about the specifics of these trails. This all looks like something out of a Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid kind of movie. Just follow the dust and you can see where the trucks are going. I don't know if there's camping allowed out here. I don't know if I would camp. I don't really, this is such rough terrain. You would be hard pressed to find, I haven't seen really any clearing for any decent campsites. I'm sure you could probably scout out something. Look at this, we have a nice view here, huh? But there's just nothing out here. It's like, who in the world strung all these high tension wires? Somebody did a lot of work a long time ago. And I'm wondering, what is the real purpose of this road? If people don't live off of this road, is this for the Border Patrol? So, you know, I don't know a lot of history about what this Otay Mountain Wilderness Area, Bureau of Land Management. So this is BML land, and most BML land, you know, is open for camping, but I don't know if in fact there's any designated camping out here. Now where we saw those people shooting, there was a lot of cleared area there, and it would be very easy to set up camp there if you so inclined. But for me personally, this is so close to where I live, I don't see any advantage in packing all the camp gear to come here to want to camp. If I go camping, I really like to be near a water source, because if it's hot, well, you know, you want some relief from the heat. So a lot of these places that are so... See, now what's the deal here? Look at these big birds. That's pretty cool, isn't it? Do not shoot water for fire. I'm not interested in going up there. I don't need to go up there. You know, I don't worry about doing crazy shit, jumps. And I don't like to ride with people that take unnecessary foolish risks, because then it puts me in jeopardy. Then if I see people riding in an unsafe manner and I feel that, oh wow, they could possibly get hurt, then I feel obligated that if they bust themselves up, you know, I gotta help the person. I'm not gonna just leave somebody out here with a broken leg or something. But at the same time, if you cause yourself to have an accident like that and it's your own stupidity, like, come on, man. another reason why I guess I ride by myself most of the time. I'm not picking on people. I mean, there's a lot of very responsible off-road people. Don't get me wrong. But I've always seen a lot of people that are, you know, showing off, doing crazy shit, and then they wonder why they have an effed up day. You know, you come tearing up here like you're on some kind of a race, and one of these other Jeeps comes tearing down the other way, acting like, you know, there's some badass. You're gonna have yourself a pretty effed up day. And like I said, no one's gonna come out here and put a band-aid on your boo-boo. I'm not saying don't go out and explore. I'm not saying not have any fun. I'm just saying be responsible. And I know people are going to be saying, you're an old lady. Well, I'd rather be an old lady and live than trying to be somebody that I'm not. Get all messed up. Now it looks like they do make improvements on this road, so that's got to make it seem like there's got to be an alternative purpose for this road. I wouldn't think that they would keep resurfacing it or putting these cinders down to keep it passable. I don't know. I'm gonna have to do some more research. I do think this is a really cool area, and like I said, it's only about 15-20 miles outside of like El Cajon, Lemon Grove areas of San Diego. We're actually closer to Mexico than we are San Diego. Right over this mountain is Mexico. Banditos. This is a relatively very easy road for Jeeps. I haven't really seen anything too gnarly. And there hasn't been too many choices of too many roads off of this road, so you can pretty much just backtrack and get yourself out. You know, some of these roads have all kinds of fingers going off of them and stuff, and it's like, where do I go? Where do I go? You know? But I really need to get a decent GPS that, you know, like I can set at the staging area, and then if I'm in a place like this and I want to say, okay, how can I get back out if I make all these offshoots, you know, if I start taking all these other roads off like of the main road. Because, you know, all these roads really do start to look alike. All this terrain really starts to look alike. Now supposedly this Otay Mtn Truck route, or I think that's what this is called, is only like a 19-mile kind of a deal. So, you know, it's not like the trail is super long, but you know, when you go the speed that I go, it seems like it's 100 miles long, because I'm only putting along here at like 20 miles an hour. I'm lucky to get out of, second, third gear. Got a mountain biker. That's good exercise. Now, some of these trails are not open to motorized vehicles, and mostly it will be posted as such. And I've been on some of those where rangers have, said get the hell out, kind of a thing. Mostly rangers are really decent people, so if you show them halfway some decent respect, you don't really have too many problems. But there again, I try to respect private property, and if you're not supposed to be where you're not supposed to be, that's what makes it tough for other people, or it actually damages the sport. Now, you see, I'd much rather be on two wheels. These guys on Jeeps, Jeeps can be fun, but see, if I was coming up here in a Jeep now, how am I going to I'm either going to have to back up, or somebody else is going to have to back up to find an area. Like right there, you could get two vehicles past each other. But a lot of stuff, look at this, look at where we are here. This is beautiful, huh? This is like the hills are alive. Only we're not in Austria. And I don't think you're going to see Julie Andrews anywhere near here. But I'm gonna definitely remember this area. I really like this area. This is so close, and this is the kind of off-roading that I particularly. I like those rocks. That I like to do. To me, this is not technical at all. Very, very easy ride. I imagine in another month, though, out here is going to be hot as hell. So you'd have to come out here real early in the morning. It's like, I don't know what time it is now, but I'm going to say about 1:32 in the afternoon. But today is very overcast. We're bogging down here, getting a lower gear. These little cinders, it's almost like riding on sand, because there's certain areas where there's like 2-3 inches of all this little cinder shit. And if you give it any kind of throttle, your ass end wants the fishtail. You gotta pay attention. You start looking at some of these flowers and you're down an embankment, and your good day is going to go into a piss poor day real quick. See, when I'm riding like this, I have a hard time to say, oh, it's time to turn around. I gotta see where it goes. I got about another 100 miles range before I'm on reserve, so I really, really appreciate this 4-gallon desert tank. Most dual sports do not have an adequate range of their gas tank. 2 gallons, where are you going to go in 2 fucking gallons? 80 miles? Hello? It's ridiculous. All these water... I don't know what's... Oh, look at the clouds. We're high enough that we're sort of in the clouds here. Or maybe the clouds are just coming down to a ridiculous level. I don't know. I still see trucks ahead of us, so I guess we're following the right bunch. I don't hear any guns shooting. That was so funny back there on that other road. I heard this plink, plink, plink. I thought I was actually running over things, or I thought like something was happening with my spokes on my wheels. Then it dawned on me, you idiot. Target practice. It's like, ooh.